Hello everybody and welcome back to the Youth Academy Guiseley Save on FM23. Well, we're diving into season 19, which is impressive enough, but we're still in the championship and there has been some outs. We never talk about outs. We've sold some players for actual money. Yeah, pause it now, guess who they are, and let's dive into the game. So the best place to start is with the players that have left the club in the summer transfer window. And the first one is Cameron Thorpe, who's joined Barnsley, who recently got relegated, and they've now put him on the transfer list, which is really bizarre. Yes, Cameron Thorpe moved to Barnsley. They paid £78,000 for him after a pretty poor season for us last season. Both seasons in the Championship have been pretty poor. Barnsley took the punt for 78k. They technically bought him when they were still in the Championship, and now they've been relegated to League One. I'm going to assume they've messed up their finances because he's now transfer listed and wanted by Crewe on loan. But yeah, Cameron Thorpe was superb for us at some point when he had a couple of really good seasons: 18 in 39, 16 in 42, 10 in 36, 11 in 43. No, he was all right. He had that redemption arc, didn't he? Because he came through and I thought it was going to be brilliant, and then he wasn't. We farmed him off on loan to Barnet, and he came back from that loan spell and actually did really, really well. But yeah, we've sold him, and Barnsley seem to have cocked it up. So, yeah, the first one, Cameron Thorpe, has gone. Next up, £450,000. Stoke took a punt on Peter Morgan. Still young, 22 years old. Was very highly rated by our staff members. As you can see up here, it still says 4.5 star potential. 22, they've signed him, put him up for loan. He did actually play against us in a friendly. Not played for him in the league yet in the Championship. They've got relegated from the Premier League to the Championship and have taken a punt on him. He didn't do brilliantly for us. Has never had an amazing season. This one here in League One is his best, but yeah, not doing too much. So Peter Morgan has moved on to Stoke. £450,000. And it's not our biggest sale, which I'm quite pleased about. But yeah, Morgan has gone. Peter Morgan has gone. It does look like he will grow into something very good. But Stoke took a punt. They've basically doubled his wage at £4,400 a week. And yeah, Peter Morgan. See you later. The next one who's gone is Ben Spence, backup goalkeeper. We've decided to let him go. We've cashed in. He really basically had hit his potential ceiling, was never going to displace Scott Lloyd in goal. We've got better youngsters coming through at the club. 23 years old. He's moved to Chesterfield for £25,000. He's played once for them, conceded 2 and got a very bad 5.80 rating in League One. So yes, didn't really play for us at all. 1 league appearance in League One, 3 in League 2. He's had 2 in League 1, 3 in League 2, and that's it for us. So really not a huge loss, Ben Spence. But he's joined Chesterfield. He's gone there as their backup goalkeeper. A little bit of fresh scenery for him. And yeah, good luck to Ben Spence. It was, what did I say? £25,000 that's come in. So not too bad for a backup goalkeeper. But the big one, and the one probably you most expected, Taryn Adams has been sold. And he's gone to Ipswich Town, another team that got relegated from the Premier League and splashed a bit of cash. Yeah, they've bought him off us for 525k. And again, have transfer listed him. Is this a bug in the game? Is anyone else seeing this in the game? Is this a bug? Because they've bought him for 525k and transfer listed him for 450k. And what makes this even odder is they weren't the only team interested in him. It was a bidding war. So we got a couple of bids in for 400k. So I did the thing of, put it up by 1, reject one of them, accept 1, and then offer him out again, up 1 more. And we got to 525. It was the only team to offer. And they've done it. And now he's transfer listed. And it's very, very strange. Very strange. When does the new season start? Is that like the day they get relegated and they're like, oh, no, can't afford him now? Yeah, very odd. But Taryn Adams, who was absolutely phenomenal for us back in, League One, he was incredible. 24 in 36, 23 in 40, 16 in 40. First season in the Championship, 17 in 38, which was really, really good. Last year, 8 in 30, goal scoring wise, wasn't amazing, but average rating 6.83 wasn't too bad. But when that sort of money comes in for someone where a lot of the comments were like 8 goals isn't enough. So I think we did very well, obviously, negotiating up to 525k. But yeah, Ipswich have signed him and immediately put him on the transfer list, which is really, really strange. So yeah, not sure what's happened there. He was the best striker at the club. He is no longer at our club, and he's not the last sale either. We actually had another one out to Barnsley, and that player is Jimmy Curran, who has also been transferred. What is going on? He's also been transfer listed. This was another one where we did the negotiations. There was a few clubs that were interested in him, all of them from League One. We've sold him for 100k, and I put it was 80k, and then, you know, put it up by one, accept, reject, put it up by one, accept, reject. It went to 100k, Barnsley offered it. They went down from the Championship to League One, and now he's transfer listed again. What is going on with this game? It's very, very strange. But anyway, Jimmy Curran's gone £100,000. They've now transfer listed him for 93k, so I'm not too sure what's happening. But again, very good for us in sort of League One, 6.97, 6.92. Ignore this season in here. One season getting into the sevens in the National League, but again, he wasn't going to play for us that much this season coming forward, and he has moved on. So Jimmy Curran has gone, and that is all the outs for any sort of money. The only other one I'd probably touch on is Chris Fearon, who's going out on loan because he was moaning a little bit. But what that has done is release some players from the youth squad up. We have Magnuson is now pretty much our starting left winger. We have Jev Villions. Remember this guy? I couldn't pronounce his name. I've honestly forgotten what his actual proper name is. Jev Villions. We've changed that to Jev Villions, and he has started this season very well. 5 goals in 6 games with a 7.05. He has hit the ground running in his first season as our starting striker, so I'm very excited about that. Jev Villions is there, playing very much a sort of advanced forward poachery role. He scores goals from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards out. Nothing banging or anything like that, but yeah, does really well. Comes deep to get the ball. You do see that in the match engine quite a lot, that he drops a bit deeper, but that is good for him stepping up as well. We have Andrew Neeson starting to get a few more performances on the right hand side, which is good. He's getting a bit more game time, which is good to see. Our young small Patreon coming in there, which is awesome. Who else do we have? We've got Connor still playing in midfield. Lewis Salt started that one, but that's because Supreme Dave is injured. But you are our central midfield starting player as well. Jeff Hogg getting a few more appearances at left back after your loan last season as well. 2 appearances in the league this year. 37 out on loan. Impressed me in the National League. Doing very, very well. Kai Harding is normally playing as well, but he's coming back from an injury. Kai, you got injured, so you've had a little bit of a break with 3 appearances this season, averaging a 7. Alpha Koff is we're training you to be our backup attacking midfielder behind Cox at the moment, because Cox is probably one we're not going to keep hold of for too long. But yeah, 1 appearance to you, a 6.5 at the moment for Alpha Koff, so a bit more work needed there. Christian Agnarsson basically becoming our backup centre-back, but you've played 3 games, an average of a 7 as well. So lots of youngsters coming in for a lovely bit of game time, which is really good to see. Other than that, there's not too many changes. Again, we're doing the tactical tweaks to try and beat the opposition systems and what they're playing. And today we're taking on Sunderland. We sit 9th in the Championship, which is absolutely incredible. 7 games played. We've got game in hand on a few people. 13 points, so 3 points off the playoff spots with 2 games in hand on Huddersfield. Sunderland are actually down near the bottom in 18th, but we're playing away from home. It's going to be a very tough game, but yeah, it looks like we've built on last year and are now steadily getting into maybe like the top half of the table. Would be awesome. But yeah, 7 games played, 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses at 13 points. But beyond that as well, where is competitions over here? We have had a cracking run in the Carabao Cup. I was going to say the Emirates Cup, but it hasn't started yet. And in the Carabao Cup, we are through to the 4th round to play Leicester City in October, which will be really, really cool. But yeah, if we could jump into the schedule, first game of the season, Plymouth 5-3, not ideal. Them beating us again. Altrincham, we beat them 5-0 in the EFL Cup first round, obviously divisions below us. 2-0 we beat Hull, then we drew 0-0 with Peterborough, beat Ebbsfleet 1-0 in the EFL Cup second round with a Jev Villions penalty. Stoke we beat them 2-1, Joe P and Shane Stitt getting the goals, which was lovely. 3-0 we lost to Coventry, they've got our number. I cannot contain Adam Kulcut, he is just very good. We beat Cardiff 2-0, goals from Desedo Marquez right at the end and Magnuson right at the beginning gave the 2-0 win. Burnley, we beat them 3-1. Gengiv Villions getting 2 and Will Jones scoring from a corner, which was lovely. And we've just beaten Wrexham in the EFL Cup third round as well. Joe P getting the goal in that one. Today we're taking on Sunderland. We've got Leicester in the EFL Cup fourth round. But I think what we're going to do is do this episode, fly all the way through and get to Youth Intake Day, do that as an episode, and then do end of the season as well and see where we stand. Unless there's obviously a big cup game or something like that to show you. Let's get this momentum going again on these, especially as I can't put out videos as often as I'd like at the moment. I've got lots on with work, visitors coming to Singapore, my wife and I are going on holiday, life getting in the way of Football Manager as it does. But today we're taking on Sunderland, and the reason we're coming back for this game is because it is actually on TV as well. So we're going to get 15 grand for that. Finances looking pretty good, 3.5 million in the bank. We are still losing money every month, but as long as we keep getting that money from the end of the season, we are in for a lovely time in terms of the finances, which is good. Right, all that done, all that waffle for nearly 15 minutes. Let's get and have a look at the game. So we know Watanabe is very good up front as a fast striker. They're going to try and play vertical tiki-taka, so we're going to try and smash down the middle of the park. But something that I'm toying with in this season is having a look at their fullbacks. Right, so I've done this in advance, obviously, but I haven't set up the tactic yet. Yeon Yoon Hee is a South Korean fullback who isn't amazing, but is very tall and has very good jumping reach. So he's obviously going to be very good in the air. On the other side is Halstead. Now, Clint Halstead, who is English, is 5'7" and cannot jump. So what that is making me think for this game is we're going to try something a little bit different. And I've done it in one half of football and Football Manager so far, so it is relatively new. But if we look at Shane Stitt, who has jumping reach 14, quite good physical attributes, and is 6'4", what we're going to do is we're going to shove Shane Stitt out here as our starter as a wide target forward on support. So all we're going to do is try and get the ball into him. He's going to physically overpower their right back, which is the little guy, Halstead, and that is going to get us some chances in this game. That is what we're playing for in this one. We are away from home against Sunderland, so I think we are going to be a little bit slower off. We know they're going to try and play through the middle, so I'm thinking we don't want to go and press the ball too much. So I think we'll bring Healy. Is Supreme Dave fit? Are you fit? No, you're not. You are out. No, you know what? We will keep Salt in there, but you'll go to your favoured anchor role, and we're going to try and... I'm tempted to even drop... potential. Actually, no. Let's close out central midfield, and we're going to do this. And Connor, you can... No, let's change Cox to a Mazzala on attack and get him forward into the channels as well. See what we can do. Wide target man out there. We're not going to counter press because we're away from home. We're going to focus play down the left, not hit early crosses. Don't need to pass into space. Don't need to be too direct and have too quick a tempo to potentially give the ball back to them. But yeah, we want to go left and we want to go... Don't have to step up. Don't get stuck in. We'll drop our line back a little bit. Don't press so high. Don't do short goalkeeper distribution. I'm just thinking in transition then. Let's go distribute to the target forward with a long kick. Let's see how well our goalkeeper can do that. That's how we're going to start for this one. Everybody's fit. Everybody's healthy. We do have too many subs on the bench because the last game was the League Cup. So we will say Harding can replace Marquez. Goalkeeper can come off because it's not the League Cup anymore. And we'll put Johnson on the bench there. Alphakoff, you're not quite fully fit. We're going to probably give you under 21 time. Classy as well. Yeah, we actually don't have a striker on the bench. No, let's take Johnson off. We've got cover for Johnson. Yeah, so let's put Classy on the bench there. And we'll go with that. Lloyd in goal, Kaminsky, Joe P. Jones, Jeff Hogg, Salt, Cox, Connor, Andrew Neeson, Stitt, and Yevgen Villions leading the line up front. Let's see how we get on with this one. Now, they are lining up, they should be lining up in a 4-2-3-1. So we'll go into our oppositions and we'll just say, holding midfielder can tightly mark. We don't want to tightly mark you guys. That was set up from a 4-4-2. And the striker can be tightly marked as well with all this good stuff. And yes, trying to take advantage of this guy out here, Halstead. Now, 4-1, we're matching them up in a system. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play quite wide. I think we're going to play quite wide in the attack Not really wide. Let's play fairly wide to start, because we want to move their holding midfielder around, which is what they should be trying to do for us. So let's get into it. Bit of tactical tweaking. Like I know a lot of you do comment and say you like to see what I do tactically against different teams. Sometimes it's wonderful. Sometimes it's absolutely horrendous. But that is our starting line. Oh, we've had a change of captain. Connor is now club captain. And Supreme Dave is vice captain. He's got very good attributes for that as well. So we're doing well. We're on a great run. Let's keep it going. And we'll pump the fists and tell everybody we have faith in them to keep this one up. We are in 3D, because I've been watching a bit more of 3D. We know they're in that 4-1-2-2-1 or 4-3-3-DM, however you're going to call it. And as are we as well. This one obviously on TV, so we'll watch all the pre-match ramble, because we'll get the league table and stuff like that. Graham Cox has created 6 goals in 10 games so far this season, is what it says. But they also fancy Sunderland to win this one. They've got enough talent to see off the visiting Guiseley. Let's see how that works out for them then. So, I'm hoping we get to see Stitt win a few headers against his fullback. That is our plan for today. And don't... Oh, hang on. They've started him on the different side. Bannister is also 5'10", but we do really want to take advantage of Halstead. He's so small, and he really has no jumping reach. Luckily for us, we have quite interchangeable wingers. So I'm getting this right. That's their left back. So yeah, we want our right back to be our wide target forward on support. You then ignore the fact it says he can't do this. He definitely can do this. And we're going to hit the target forward, but we want to focus our play down the right instead, because that is where our target forward is. So always worth keeping an eye on this once it's done, because the big, tall South Korean guy isn't actually on the pitch at the moment. So let's give some encouragement. 25 minutes gone. We have a corner to Sunderland. In it goes, headed away by Joe. Here is Ciezel, cuts it back across. Jen-John Villions clears it away. Here's Byrne into Halstead. Chappell, Byrne. Oh, it goes. Whittle with the header. Not really worrying Lloyd in goal. 25 minutes gone. That's the first real attempt. And, we're yellow. White is them. Oh, my God. I'm so used to seeing us as white. I thought we were all over them, but it's not. It's them at the moment. And Lloyd with a good save. Maybe we're showing them a little bit too much respect here. We're going to push our lines up and go to positive and see what we can do. Emin puts it in. Headed away again by Joe. Burn on it. In it goes. Good steal. Stitt is there. Ball forward. He was looking for Cox. It must have been a terrible pass because he didn't get it away. But 5 minutes till half time. It's been all Sunderland, so potentially this wide forward malarkey isn't working for us. Cox to Lloyd. Goes long. Not ideal. Lewis is there. Into Bannister. Chappell goes long through to a good header from Jones. Cox. Kaminsky. Why are we playing that long like that? That's not what we want to do. Halstead over the top. Watanabe's in. He's gone round Lloyd and it's a penalty. And it was a given against Joe. But no card, interestingly enough. Watanabe fires this one straight down the middle. 1-0 Sunderland. They probably deserve that. And he's done a little jig in the corner to celebrate his goal. Watanabe fires it. Yeah, straight down the middle. Lloyd just jumps out of the way. We've not played very well. Jeff Hogg tries to get that one away. Bannister is there again. Good block on the cross. And it goes to Whittle. Back post. And Ciezel makes it 2-0 to Sunderland in quick time. That is very annoying. Okay, let's up our tempo, up our directness. Line is getting up. Let's get stuck in, step up more. Don't really want to pressure them with their tiki-taka. Let's go counter-press. Let's treat this like a bit more like a home game now. Yeah, little bit infuriating that this is not working as I hoped. Because, yeah, 0-0. Wow, we are doing nothing in this game. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go to this shape and we're going to go ball wing midfielder on defend, deep line playmaker, Cox in here as an enganche because that's what he prefers to do. Keep our wide target forward here and we'll go, let's get people forward. We're 2-0 down. Let's get people forward. Let's try this a little bit. So slightly more direct passing, focus play down the right if we can. Do you know what? We're not going to do that. Let's go either side. Let's go either side. And do you know what? We're going to keep this. Let's keep the ball a bit. This is how we've usually been playing this season, so or our home games anyway, is how we've been doing that. So let's go keep the ball a little bit from the back. And Jeff Hogg, you're not having a very good game on a 6.2. Jevgen Villions is not having a good game. Neither Shane Stitt, which is a little bit irritating. Okay, let's get Andrew Neeson back over here as a winger. And I'm still sticking with this, but wide target forward on support. We're going to try it for a little bit longer and see what we can do. Point the finger, what on earth is going on? Defenders, point the finger, that is unacceptable. Midfielders, you need to control the game better. Attackers, you've not been good enough in front of goal. Bosh, everyone gets a bollocking. Let's get in to the second half and see what we can do. As it's Sunderland again. We're trying to be good save from Lloyd. It will be a corner. It's all Sunderland right now. Maybe too many changes and tweaks. I don't know. That's how I like to play the game. Stitt gets it away well. Joe P heads it, but Whittle gives it back to Emin. Emin with a curling effort goes onto the roof of the net and doesn't bother us at all. Yeah, striker's really not getting into it in Jevgin Villions. Right, I think we are going to have to change something because 60 minutes gone. We have done nothing in this game. Amir Classy off. Shane Stitt off for Magnuson. It's not his fault it didn't work, but it didn't work. Inverted winger on attack. Let's get you forward a bit. Midfielders are all looking okay for fitness-wise. Jones is looking a bit tired, but he's also our best defender. Let's leave that for now, knowing that we've got a lot of subs that we can make potentially in a minute. Cox swings the ball in. Jones with a header. It's past the post. We've made a chance, but didn't do anything with it, which is a little bit annoying. There's going to be 20 minutes to go. And we're going to make our substitutions again, I think. Right, Jeff Hogg off. Faulkner on. Kai Harding on for Neeson. And Connor off for Healy. And we're going to put you as a box-to-box just to make sure we've got some runners helping out the attack generally, because this has not been good enough. Let's berate them. We have not been good enough in this game. Ironically as well, playing a wide target against Halstead, he is one of their highest rated players, which is infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. But it looks like it's going to be a 2-0 loss. Not too. Sunderland are a much bigger club than us, so I'm not too fussed about that. And we've been on a good run. It had to end at some point, but yeah, that's a little bit infuriating. XG 0.00000 for everybody. So this chance didn't even register. 0.06. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Bloody hell. They've battered us. I mean, one of them was a penalty, and then they scored straight away after the penalty. 25 shots to 2. 11 on target to none. They played really well. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. I messed that up. There you go. I will admit I messed that one up. Tinkering too much. Trying too many different things. But that's how I play the game. That's how I enjoy it. But we still sit 10th, which is amazing. We still have a game in hand on Huddersfield. We can still get into the playoffs these early parts of the season there. And we've helped Sunderland out. They climbed to 14th, which is totally fine. You know, love helping other teams out. Next up is Norwich. Not looking forward to playing them. They're always really good against us, which is a little bit irritating. But yeah, that'll do, won't it? There you go. We're back. Season 19. As I said, unless something dramatic happens in this season, we'll be back for Youth Intake Day. Let's keep this going and keep this train rolling. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on the transfers. Let me know if you've ever had that bug as well, where the AI signs a player off you and then puts it on the transfer list. Very strange. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.